up, guys? We're back at it again with Touchdown Talk, a ZB Media Productions show presented by my friends over at BetStamp. Go ahead and use BetStamp for all of your sports betting needs, daily fantasy, anything you want. There's a website where you can go to sign up for all of your daily fantasy. Signupexpert.com/ZB has Underdog Fantasy, Jock Sports, Jock MKT, anything you like that. Parlay Play. All sorts of sports betting sites with exclusive offers only on that site. So click on that, click in the link in the description. Well, we are previewing the NFL Week 14. We are already there in the time of the year where the NFL is closing in onto the postseason. You see that I usually wear some sort of Eagles or App State or stuff. Well, this weekend sucked for both the teams, so let's just sport one of my other favorite Philly teams, the Sixers, who are having a pretty decent season right now. This is not an NBA show, but you know what? It's a shirt that fits, and it looks pretty cool, and I like it. So you can make fun of me at another time. Let's go through a couple quick things before we preview all of the NFL slates. Starting off with the shocking stuff that happened in the NFL Week 13. I predicted the 49ers to win, but they absolutely blew out the Eagles. Eagles were outmatched, completely dominated from every aspect of the game. The difference was that the Eagles weren't able to punch it into the end zone early. If they were able to get up by 2 touchdowns and it would have been 14-0, would have been pretty much a different ball game. But you give San Francisco chances like that, they got way too many weapons, and then you just make too many mistakes, and your defense just cannot keep up with all those weapons. Fatigue from the previous few weeks also showed. You could also see that the 49ers were well rested, kind of a mini bye week for them. They'll see them when they get in the playoffs, hopefully. Eagles got a lot of things to clean up. But, yeah, 49ers definitely right now are the best team in the NFL. There's no question about that at all. Just to touch on the college football playoff, the CFP committee officially decided the 4 best teams in the country. Number 1's Michigan. Number 2's Washington. They got those 2 right. They deserve to be in it. Number 3 was Texas. And now that's the thing that raises the question mark. Because Alabama beat Georgia. Texas beat Alabama earlier in the year. They still think that is the same type of weighted of a win as it would have been later in the season. Well, Alabama's a completely different team than they were at the beginning of the season. I don't know if I agree with Texas being in the college football playoff over Florida State. Florida State is left out of the playoff. They were undefeated. I think going undefeated in a Power 5 conference, winning your championship in the Power 5 conference, you should be given that opportunity for a national championship. I think the committee missed that one. I do think Alabama should be in it. I think they are one of the 4 best teams, if not the best team right now, the hottest team. They're a team of kind of destiny right now. They get that win over Auburn. Everybody's making a big deal that Alabama's not that good with Auburn having that really terrible loss against New Mexico State, and Alabama pretty much, well, they should have lost against Auburn. Well, it's a big-time rivalry. It's a lot of high emotion in that game. If you've ever been a part of those type of games, you would understand. I think Alabama is definitely one of the 4 best teams in the country, and I actually think Alabama will beat Michigan. I think it's going to be an Alabama-Texas national championship, but we'll get to that when it gets a little bit closer. I think the committee definitely missed on Florida State not being in it, and I absolutely am not a Florida State fan, but regardless of what you say, it's a team aspect, it's a team sport. Just because your quarterback's out does not mean that you should be not given an opportunity for the national championship. So they definitely missed on that. So let's just get that out of the way. Wanted to touch on that. Another big thing, obviously, to touch on is that in the NFL, again, the big upset was the Chiefs. The Chiefs losing to the Packers, which was shocking to a lot of people. The Packers are on a win streak right now. They're a pretty hot team. Jordan Love is showing that he is the franchise quarterback. So Chiefs got a lot of things to work out. you might not see a rematch of the Super Bowl this year, and both teams might not even be into the Super Bowl or even the conference championship at this rate. All right, well, let's get into it. Let's pick our Week 14 NFL games. I was 9-4 last week. The 4 losses, of course, was the Chiefs game. The Bengals game, didn't see that coming. Also, Trevor Lawrence going out with a high ankle sprain. I know he's day-to-day. Kind of depends on how bad that ankle sprain really is. His game will be definitely limited if he is playing this coming week. So that was a big-time shocker to everybody. Jake Browning just was lighting it up. Got to give him some credit on Monday Night Football for doing that. But yeah, and missed a couple more. But pretty good week overall. So here's the NFL slate. And like I said, make sure you use that code right there in the middle of your screen. Go check out all of the different sports betting and daily fantasy websites. They have all exclusive offers. All of those offers are listed in a nice organized fashion, brought to you by BetStamp on the signupexpert.com/ZB. Appreciate them sponsoring this show. And let's get into our Week 14 picks. So on the screen right now is the NFL Week 14 action, starting off with the Patriots at the Steelers for Thursday Night Football. If you want a good game, don't watch this one. And I kind of feel bad for Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit. Another Thursday Night Football where it's going to be less than optimal. The Patriots just lost 6-0. So the Patriots defense is pretty solid. Going against Justin Herbert, they held him to 6 points. Steelers don't have that many weapons. I went to a lot of unders in this game, and I'll be sending that out on my Twitter feed, so make sure you check that out. I'm at TheRealZB93. At TheRealZB93. Well, sorry, it's X. It's Elon Musk's social media website. Let's just go with that. So, going through the slate, you got the Patriots at the Steelers. First of all, I don't even know. Bet the under. I think they went down to like 30 points of the over-under. It's going to be a defensive battle. Offenses are just not good. Whether it's defensive battle or just offense miscues, I don't know. TJ Watt probably have 100 sacks. I still like the Steelers in a primetime game at home. It's going to be very, very low scoring. There might be a touchdown in this game. I'm going to bet there's a touchdown. Trubisky's getting the start over Kenny Pickens. Obviously, Kenny's out for the foreseeable future. And Bailey Zappi is getting the nod at quarterback once again for the Patriots. It's just both. That's just a dumpster fire in New England. Steelers, they got to figure out something on offense. With Trubisky, it sets them back quite a bit. I'm picking Steelers over the Patriots, 16-6. Texans at the Jets. Aaron Rodgers still waiting to come back, officially be activated. He's still under that 21-day window somehow after a torn Achilles. But I'm just going to make it simple. Texans over the Jets. Jets defense is still the highlight of their team and their special teams as well. Their offense is abysmal. Lower scoring affair, a little more high scoring than that Thursday Night Football game. 20-13. Texans over the Jets. Rams at the Ravens. There's a lot of sloppy weather coming into the East Coast right now, especially that northeast area. High wind gusts, cold, rainy, potentially some snow in some areas. The Ravens are used to that type of weather. They're home. Hard place to play for an away team. Puka Nacua having a great game. He did go out for a little bit with some minor injuries. Got to look out for that. I do like the Ravens over the Rams in this. With the weather coming in, it's not going to be as high scoring as many would anticipate. 23-16, Ravens over the Rams. Panthers at Saints, the NFC South showdown. Panthers are still poop. And the Saints are a lot better than the Panthers. So it's pretty easy to pick the winner in this one. Picking the Saints. It's in the Superdome. Weather's not going to be a factor. Got to watch out for Derek Carr's health. He did go out. So we'll see what his status is later in this week. But right now, I still like the Saints no matter what. 27-17 over the Panthers. Colts at the Bengals. This is an intriguing matchup. The Colts are on a win streak right now. They're sitting in a wild card position. And with that injury to Trevor Lawrence, they are right outside of that AFC South lead. And they're battling with the Texans, of course. So they're all right there in line with it. It's theirs for the taking. Bengals may have found a diamond in the rough with Jake Brownlee. I was very impressed the way he handled himself on Monday Night Football. The Bengals are going back home. It's going to be sloppy weather in this one as well. That whole East Coast is going to be an issue. A lot of running the football. I think the Colts have the advantage running the football with Jonathan Taylor and Zach Moss. So, Colts, lower scoring affair, 21-17 over the Bengals. Buccaneers at the Falcons Dome. Not going to make a difference with what the weather is. So this one's still going to be low scoring because they're not that good. I like the Falcons to utilize Bijan Robinson a little bit more to control the game, have a little bit time possession in their favor. So I'm going to go with the Falcons in a 24-20 win over the Buccaneers. The Jags at the Browns. The Joe Flacco Browns now. The Jaguars, like I said, Trevor Lawrence thing is kind of up in the air with a high ankle sprain. You got to be very cautious, especially at the quarterback position, the way he plays it. A lot of rollouts, a lot of play action. You're going to need your ankle to be as healthy as you possibly can. High ankle sprain will affect it. If he is playing, it's still it's going to be an issue. But I think the Jags are just a better team than the Browns at this moment. I'm going to pick the Jags over going into Cleveland to get the win, 21-17 over the Browns. Lions at the Bears in an NFC North battle. Lions squeaked by after a comeback effort. Fell short for the Saints last week. Lions know the Bears. There's going to be weather in this area too because it's Chicago in the wintertime, so definitely that's expected. Lions are really good at running the ball, controlling the clock, and working on those play actions with Jared Goff. Weather won't really be too much of a factor for them. Lions 27-14 over the Bears. The Seahawks and the 49ers. I do like the 49ers, of course, to keep their win streak going. It's kind of obvious. It's hard to pick against them right now. They are the best team in football. 49ers are home. They're going to have a dominant performance in this one. And the Seahawks are kind of on a downslide. They definitely needed a win against Cowboys to stay in the playoff race. They're 6-6 right now. Getting a loss to the 49ers will be significant. And I think that'll pretty much be the season for them. 38-20, 49ers over the Seahawks. Vikings at the Raiders. I like Josh Dobbs to actually go into Las Vegas and find his magic once again. The Pastronaut will come out to play, have a big-time game against the Raiders in a 20-17 win over Las Vegas. Broncos at the Chargers. I didn't expect the Broncos to lose last week. I had them winning over the Texans based on the Texans defense got exposed to Trevor Lawrence. But Russ was not able to cook. Looking for a bounce back against the Chargers. The Chargers are just spiraling out of control right now. They won last week, but it was 6-0 in a pathetic performance. Obviously, besides their defense, but you play the Patriots, so is it really that impressive? I'm going to still pick the Broncos in this to go into LA and beat the Chargers. I think there'll be a lot more Broncos fans anyways than the Chargers fans. 21-17. I can't believe the Chargers have not fired Brandon Staley yet. Maybe they're just waiting until the end of the season. But yeah, Broncos over the Chargers in that one. Bills at Chiefs. This is a big-time game for both teams. They both kind of desperate to get some wins. Chiefs need to get back on the win streak. They need to show what team they were in the Super Bowl. And the Bills, they have to win. They are even right now, coming off a bye week. They're 6-6 after they just dropped one in overtime to the Eagles. They need this win, but going to Arrowhead is going to be very, very difficult. I like the Chiefs in this one to bounce back. Andy Reid doesn't lose a lot of back-to-back games, especially in this stage of his career. And Patrick Mahomes the same way. He'll find Travis Kelce a few times, so you might want to get an anytime touchdown on Travis Kelce in this week. I like the Chiefs to have a big game, 31-20 over the Bills. Sunday Night Football. This is huge in the NFC. The Eagles at the Cowboys. This is where if the Eagles lose this one temporarily, they will be out of the division, the NFC East lead. However, the Eagles lose this one, but still win out because they have the rest of their division games. They would have the tiebreaker over the Cowboys overall, and they would win the NFC East that way. It's hard to play the Cowboys at home. It really is. They've got it going on this year at home. The Eagles secondary got exposed last week. They will get exposed again this one. Is it going to be panic mode? A little bit. I think Dak Prescott will have definitely over 300 yards, so you can put money on that. I think his is around 280 to pass over, so I would go over on that for sure. Unless the Eagles defense they signed Shaq Leonard, I don't think it's going to be an immediate impact. It's hard to learn a whole system in a week. Obviously can't be a downgrade. But I do like the Cowboys in this one. It hurts my heart to pick the Cowboys, but I'm picking the Cowboys 34-23 over the Eagles. Packers at the Giants, one of two Monday Night Football games. Giants, I guess, get to be on Monday Night Football. And we'll talk about the next opponent too. Packers are on a win streak. Packers are looking really, really good right now. I fully expect the Packers to keep that win streak alive and to break over the 500 mark and keep their playoff hopes alive. Jordan Love is looking really, really good right now. I'm very impressed. Christian Watson is looking healthy again, making some great jump ball catches. I'm picking the Packers in this one, 26-13 over the Giants. And the Titans and Dolphins. That's the second Monday Night Football game. Kind of sucks, doesn't it? You have to have the Titans on with the way their season's going. Dolphins really, really good at beating really bad teams. So the Dolphins are looking to pretty much secure. There's a few teams that are trying to almost clinch a playoff spot this weekend. I think the Dolphins are one team that can do it as well. I like the Dolphins over the Titans in this one. I'm not going to give it much thought. 35-17 over the Titans. And that does it. So we will see what happens this week. Like I said, guys, make sure you go get your bets in, get your fantasy stuff put in. If you want to use my my logic with these games, great. Again, my locks of this week are a lot on the Cowboys. I got CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott. I'll be sending stuff out all this week on social media. So make sure you follow me on that X. It's at TheRealZB93. I'll be posting all that. Follow on Facebook, ZB Media Productions, and the YouTube channel as well. I put posts of what my fantasy picks are on the primetime games. I have a primetime Thursday night set, so I'll be sending that out Thursday morning as well. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, hit the bell. Anytime we put out new episodes or whatever we do on this channel, whether it's the gaming or it is when Horsepower Talk will start back up, we will definitely get that rolling, especially with BetStamp on for racing. So if you like some racing, go ahead and show out for that. So make sure you keep following, send it to friends, spread the word. Let's keep having some fun. Oh yeah, I'm also on TikTok too. Throw some memes on that page too. So check all that stuff out, and we will see you guys next week.